What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Tricky Jim. I'm going to be playing a game on PTCGO today, and today I am rocking Malamar Ultra Necrozma. This deck has been a deck that many people have deemed the early frontrunner in the current standard format, the Sun and Moon on format. Obviously, this deck loses almost nothing. Just Floatstone is the only thing that Malamar lost in that rotation from the Breakthrough to Sun and Moon cards, and it pretty much retains everything. So the deck is awesome. Obviously, Malamar got second at Worlds, like still a very strong archetype. We got Acro Bike to help us get energy into the discard pile. We have Altar of the Moon as our stadium of choice in order to bump the pesky Shrine of Punishment, but also to give our duders free retreat, so that is pretty awesome as well. All right, we've got a pretty decent starting hand here. I think I'm going to send out this Dawn Wings promo here first as our starter, and then get this guy here on the bench and see whatever my opponent is playing. They might have, yep, they got a mulligan here. The Rayquaza sleeves, they might be playing Rayquaza. I'm not going to lie, yes, they are playing Rayquaza. I was going to say, I did not look at their little type thing. It shows you at the beginning. I was not paying attention during that. Rayquaza Vikavolt is a very good deck as well. One of the front runners in standard format, early standard format, I would definitely say. And it looks like this might be like a Beast Box oriented version, or maybe it's just the Vikavolt version and they want to use that Beauty GX there at the end. I think for most Rayquaza decks, they are going to want to use their Tempest GX early on. So I'm going to go and get my Inkay here. I have a couple of supporters, but none of them are super great on the first turn. I think I will probably just go with Lillie though, and then maybe Judge my opponent. I could Judge early. The odds of me pulling out of this Judge are way higher than my opponent's, but I want to just set up as much as I can. So we're going to go get this Inkay first. Then I'm going to Acro Bike. I mean, the real awkward thing about my hand here, that's actually great. I was going to say, I think I just take the Inkay. The Ultra Ball could pare my hand down more. I could Ultra Ball away the Judge and the Beast Ring, go get myself that other Inkay, and then just Lillie for a ton. I think I actually will do that. I have Rescue Stretcher in deck if I want to go get that Inkay. Then I'll just Ultra Ball these away, get an excellent turn one for myself, and we are going to end up Lillying for a full 8. So that is incredible, and this is one of the reasons why Malamar is just like one of the best decks in standard format right now. It's just very consistent. Having Ultra Ball and Mysterious Treasure, it's a reason why Rayquaza is one of the best decks as well. I guess utilize that Vikavolt as well as, let's see, I've used my attachment for turn. Guess you utilize that, what am I saying? Ultra Ball as well as Mysterious Treasure. So that makes decks very consistent in a format that can struggle with consistency issues. Let's go ahead and get that third Inkay. Sure, I'm going to throw that third Inkay onto my bench just to have it. I've discarded one Psychic already. I'm playing 8 in this list, which is kind of high, but I also just wanted to have outs to be able to discard my Psychic energies early. Since there is no Letter anymore and there is no Sycamore, discarding Psychic energy, you're going to find playing Malamar is a little bit more difficult than it was previously. So I think playing a higher count of Psychic is just really the only valid solution to trying to get those Psychic energies in the discard pile early. And, you know, that's just kind of what we got going on. My opponent is starting to throw Rays into play here. We see them Ultra Ball away to Tapu Lele, which is kind of interesting. They may get themselves, I don't know, Marshadow? Nope, just another Rayquaza. They must have a supporter in hand and are not interested in throwing those Leles into play. They seem like they are doing fine. And they are milling their energy into play. They're using the Stormy Winds ability, which makes me think that maybe they are not playing the Vikavolt version because they are trying to accelerate energy into play very quickly. They could, for all I know, be playing Vikavolt. I don't really know yet. I guess I haven't seen anything, but I definitely have not seen any rare candies or anything like that milled. And with the turn 1 Lillie for 8, you can see that is definitely why my opponent was getting rid of those Leles. They wanted to thin their hand as much as they could. And this appears to just be a pure Beast Box version of Rayquaza. So I'm assuming they play things like Energy Switch and Beast Ring and the likes in order to get their energy into play. Now, obviously, my opponent is not really going anywhere quickly. So, see, if you have exactly 6 prize cards remaining, this attack does 20 more damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. 2, 4, 6, 80 damage you're telling me I could do with Gulfstream. Wow, they really poked the bear there. So that's kind of crazy. I think I will just like slap this on, and I'm going to end up like you know, slamming into that thing. So let's just go ahead and Cynthia. I'm not going to go and try to hit like a knockout, you know, off of this. I know that I'm probably not going to get all the cards I need in order to knock that out this turn. So I'm just going to take my time, go with the Gulfstream. And the Gulfstream is a 2-hit KO for me. Let's see. I got a Tate Liza in hand. I'm just going to grab the Choice Band here. The Gulfstream is a 2-hit KO for me, especially if my opponent, you know, doesn't really have anything. So let's go ahead and Psychic Recharge. I don't want to slap my Stadium down into play yet. I don't really think that there's any point in doing that either. Just because, I mean, sure, like I could give my dude free retreat, but there's just no real point in doing that yet. So let's just Gulfstream, do some damage, and see where we are after this. And this guy is like pretty sweet. I don't really know if my opponent should have hit into him like that. 110 damage for 1 energy early on is a great starter for this deck, and just like great at applying some early pressure. That is just fantastic. Now my opponent, you know, they could Cruel Spike me and confuse me. If they do that, all I have to do is get a Psychic Energy onto my Dawnwing, slap the Stadium down, and I can Invasion, Retreat, and then knock that Pheromosa GX out. So that should be no problem at all. Now, Wishful Baton, I do agree that Wishful Baton is the better. Let's see, there goes the Beast Ring. So we do know my opponent plays Beast Ring. I think the Wishful Baton is better in a list like what my opponent is running. If they're trying to just keep energy in play and use Beast Rings to accelerate energy into play after I take a knockout, then that kind of just makes sense. I get it. They want to keep their energy in play because they don't have Vikavolt in order to just charge it into play. But I do think that Vikavolt's probably the ideal way to keep energy in play with a Rayquaza deck. That is definitely proven to be a pretty substantial strategy in the current metagame for sure. Opponent's going to let a Cynthia roll, and we'll see what they decide to do with their energy attachment for turn, if they get one. It's not exactly guaranteed. They could whiff an energy here, though I suspect that this deck probably plays a ton of energy. They could whiff a grass, though. They might not get a grass for Cruel Spike, in which case they may throw an energy on a Xurkitree, or they might just, I think I would agree, throw in a second energy here. They do decide to go for the Cruel Spike there, though. I don't really know about that. I think that's just it's kind of asking for disaster. In fact, I can kind of just I can just Guzma and like what I could just knock out. Yeah, what? Oh my gosh, what is this doing? Yes, 20 more damage for each. Oh, I could just go knock out Rayquaza. So let's just do that. Yeah, we'll put this into play, and then we're just going to retreat into this. And then look how crazy this play is. You really shouldn't hit into this thing. You're just like asking for it by hitting into this thing for that much damage. Now we get to Gulfstream for a 1-hit knockout, 230 damage. Yikes, my guy. That's a little rough. So we did get a Psychic Energy off of the prizes there, which is awesome because now I can actually get an energy in the discard pile to Psychic Recharge with this Malamar here. That's exactly what I want, and that is pretty busted. I mean, really got to take advantage of that play there. My opponent is going to be able to Beast Ring here, but the only thing that they're going to be able to Beast Ring to is probably this Xurkitree. They don't want to put any more damage onto this damaged Pheromosa GX. That would be a horrible idea. I think my opponent is probably, I mean, if they come up and poke me with this Pheromosa GX, that is going to be really bad news because I could pretty much knock that out with whatever I want. And I think, you know, this little baby Necrozma here has done enough damage at this point that I don't really think that my opponent has any way to kind of come back from this. It's just too damaging. I don't think that there's any way, even if they do manage to Beast Ring, they could Beast Ring 4 times and get infinite amounts of energy in play, and I still don't think that they could quite do it. So what? That Beauty GX, 50 damage for each prize card your opponent has taken. I've taken 2. Are they just stalling out here? I really hope that they don't just pass with this Lele in the active. If their hand is that bad, this is miserable. Then this little baby Dawnwings here would take all of my prizes because I'm gunning for this Rayquaza. Oh, it only does that if I have 6 prizes remaining. No! Bad. All right, I can't use him anymore, so that's sad. But that's okay because I can just go here and then Choice Band. I don't even need the Choice Band. I think, yeah, I'm doing like way more than enough. I'm doing 180. Yeah, because 160, yep, plus 20. So we've got it in hand. I can't Ultra Ball and go get myself, like, sure, I'll get myself another Malamar into play just to kind of ensure that we got some, consistency going on in the case that I get judged or anything like that. Also kind of thin my deck a little bit just to be responsible. But we are going to Guzma up that, let's bring that young fella up here. And we are going to take care of business with a Photon Geyser for knockout. Now my opponent does get to keep those energy in play with that Wishful Baton. But at this point, there's really nothing they're going to be able to do. That Circuitry GX is doing nothing against my Malamar deck. It's really, that's not protecting them versus anything. Just a rough match. So after this, we're going to roll another one. See if we can get a little bit of a closer game here and see if we can, see if maybe the deck's just running hot. I don't know. I actually have not put that much time into testing Malamar so far. It's obviously good. I've played against it. It seems good. I was testing Malamar a ton, like before the World Championship, so I didn't really feel the need to spend my first week in the new format testing it a bunch. I really wanted to get my feet wet with some other decks that are less popular, decks that I haven't played yet, and my opponent goes ahead and scoops it up. Yeah, that game's pretty much over. So we're going to run another one real quick with Malamar, see if we can get a different kind of matchup and see if the deck really is this busted as it seems so far in this early testing. I mean, you saw that deck. I mean, it pretty much set up perfect. We got the Gulf Stream for a knockout. That was nuts, dude. That thing was the MVP. Did a ton of damage. I don't know how this, like, how the thing works where it says your opponent is like favored versus you. I feel like everybody I play against says that they're favored against me, but I know that I have like a pretty good win percentage, even though I play some pretty ridiculous decks here on PTCGO. So I don't really know how all that works. Maybe my opponent, is it based on win percentage? Is it based on win percentage in the last like 24 hours? Is it based on lifetime win percentage? If anybody has any idea how that works, feel free to hit me up and let me know, because I really just have no idea. Now is this a Glaceon deck? I saw some fire Pokemon. Okay, so it looks like we're getting Nest Ball. We've got ourselves Magcargo in here. We've got Oranguru, and this deck has the advantage on me, so I have no idea what in the world they are playing here. I do think that I saw some water Pokemon, though, so are they playing Glaceon? They are playing Glaceon. That is crazy. Now, I don't really feel that Glaceon is like in the best spot right now in the current metagame. I think a lot of the best decks, I mean, yes, it's good against like Zoroark, but a lot of the best decks just don't really care about Glaceon. I mean, like Malamar doesn't really care about Glaceon. I mean, because it only prevents GX abilities from working, so it doesn't really matter. Let's see. I think I'm going to be a little bit greedy to just go get my Ultra Necrozma here, and then to Lillie, but I think I'm feeling a little greedy, so I think I'm going to do that because I want to attach this metal to it. So like that's my thought. I really want to attach some metal here. So I'm going to do this, and then we're going to Lillie for a draw of 5, and we're going to, or 6, draw of 6. We'll see how that goes. Yikes! I really wanted to get a, ooh, there we go. That's what I wanted. Really wanted at least one Inkay off of there. That's good. If I could get a Mysterious Treasure and Ultra Ball off this, that'd feel great. All right, we did it. Okay. We're discarding some Beast Rings in the process, but I didn't really care. All right, so that's fine. That's fine. Everything's fine here. Let's go ahead. We got one Beast Ring in the discard pile. You know what? Like, I'm just not using this Judge. I'm not going to use it. I don't know. I feel like Judge is kind of like in the decks because you feel like you have to play Judge. No one actually wants to play Judge in their decks. So let's just do that. And then we're good. Okay, I'm just going to pass to my opponent here. Got 2 Malamars, so that's pretty sweet. You know, I can evolve those next turn. Cyrus! Oh, goodness. Choose 2 of my bench Pokemon to keep. The other ones go into my hand. So I think I will choose both the Inkays. That is fine. And then I'm just going to, evolve both those next turn. So that's a little bit depressing, but it's fine. I think, maybe I decide to keep, I probably should have decided to keep my Ultra Necrozma. That was probably a bad idea. But I wanted to, like, I don't know, I kind of wanted to maintain my setup a little bit and get these guys into play. I mean, really the deck kind of relies on getting these Malamars into play, and I didn't want to stumble getting those out. I could always go ahead. Let's see, they're going to do 90-30. That's kind of stressful, I guess, especially if they like do 90 and then 30 to one of these, and they like Guzma next turn, right? And then they just like do 90-30 and take like a double knockout. That would be super stressful. Wow, my opponent is doing like a pretty good job of like paring their hand down and using this Magcargo to stack their hand and Oranguru to draw into whatever they want. So like kudos to them. That's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. All right, we've got ourselves an Ultra Moon. That's fine. I'll play it. We've got ourselves 2 Malamars. We can instruct for 1. See what we get. And then we're going to Cynthia for a draw of 6 here in a second. Yep, 2 Cynthias. So there we go. I'm going to shuffle draw 6. See what we get. Okay, and we don't have an attack. We definitely got hindered a little bit on that front. But I can Psychic Recharge here 1 time. And then just attach for turn 1 time onto my McDuder over here. And then pass to my opponent. If my opponent does pull off some sort of Guzma double knockout play, then I can just go and Moon's Eclipse GX them next turn. Hopefully, I would be able to Lillie into one of my very valuable either Beast Energy or Choice Bands, and I could Moon's Eclipse GX for knockout. That would be pretty sweet. So, definitely hoping for that. But, yeah, this game definitely not quite as flames as last game. That early Cyrus, definitely kind of funky. Messed with me a little bit. I haven't really seen this card played in a way that I think it's like super good. I don't think it's, I really, I feel like it's too situational, and then a lot of times your opponent just doesn't really mind picking up 2 things. I think my opponent just kind of got me there. Happened to get me real quick, and yes, they are going to knock out not both my Malamars, but they are going to knock out a Malamar and my Oranguru, so they are going to get that double prize there, which I suspected that they would get, which is definitely hurts, okay? So, like, not what I want to happen right now. But, they aren't taking it. They're going to hit this guy first, and then I think they want to, like, GX him, which is what they've set themselves up for, and they could GX him with that. So that's okay. I am going to attempt to GX my opponent here, see what we can pull off. Oh, and we got the Choice Band. Perfect top deck there, and we're going to be able to Lillie for a draw of 4, looking for an Ultra Ball. Come on, give me that Ultra Ball. I need an Ultra Ball. Okay, we've got an Ultra Ball. I could go get myself Malamars, but I really want... Yeah, we want an Ultra Ball. Yes. So let's get that Ultra Ball. We definitely want to get an Ultra Necrozma into play here so that we can start to knock those thingers out, knock those duders out. Let's do that. And then let's see. Yeah, pretty much what we got to do. Yeah, we got to get this guy. And we need to start accelerating energy onto him with that Malamar. I think that's just like what we have to do. There's no question about that. And then, yeah, we're kind of in a little bit of a rough spot here, but we're going to Moon's Eclipse GX and see if hopefully that can buy me a turn while I try to ramp up damage. Oh, and that is perfect, actually. This kind of solves all my problems. If my opponent does happen to be aggressive and take another knockout here, if they Guzma, which they will Guzma, I suspect, because they probably will be able to stack their deck and draw with the Oranguru and do exactly what they want. So they will probably double knock out these guys, in which case I will go Beast Ring and just blow up their dude and bring myself down to just, bring myself down to just a couple prizes remaining. So that's kind of like my opponent's ideal play. They have not GX yet. I think it will be hard for them to build up another Glaceon, but not going to lie, I am kind of impressed so far. This Glaceon deck has been very aggressive. They're drawing exactly what they need when they need it. They're, drawing exactly what they want. They are going to go for the double knockout here. I wonder if they can play, yes, they can play a Lele down, and then I guess they would have to fail it, right? Like fail the Lele. Yes, so they did fail the Lele, and they're going to smooth over, stack a water onto the top of their deck and instruct for 1. And that water is going to get them a Glaceon to take this double knockout here, which is pretty busted, not going to lie. Like, that's really good. But they're probably not anticipating me ripping this Beast Ring right here. So that's, they're probably thinking that the game is like said and done. And this is like one of the best things about Ultra Necrozma is that it doesn't even matter. Okay, Malamar, Malamar didn't quite get us there this game, but you know what is going to get us there is this young Beast Ring here. So this is pretty crazy. We're just going to blow this thing up, and then unless my opponent can I mean, they can't do it. They would have to like, oh my gosh, and talk about incredible draw. Oh, my opponent is about to be very salty. Here we go. So, oh my gosh, am I out of energy? Oh no. Oh no. This is horrible. Okay. So I can only, oh gosh, I was wondering if I was out. I'm almost out. Okay, that is horrible actually. So let's see here. I can't hit it. I was hoping that I had one psychic left in deck so that I could do it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah, my last psychic is prized. I play 8. So that is just horribly unfortunate that my last one is prized there. I think I can just do 180, and that's just it. I can't leave this thing in the active position because my opponent is going to be able to just, blow that up. Let's see, I could, if we are less than 6 prizes, I could GX. I can't GX. So that's just rough, man. That's just really tough. So I think I have to do that. And I have to Beast Ring again and go get that other metal energy. So I know, it is sad. I see, I know, I'm sad too, man. So I think that I just have to Photon Geyser here. Ugh, if only one of these psychic energies was left in my deck, that would have been fine, or if I had a Beast Energy or anything. But I think I just have to Photon Geyser for not enough. I could retreat and hit into them with this Dark Flash. That seems like ultimately not cool. So let's just Photon Geyser here for not quite enough. We're going to do 180 and see what my opponent has got next turn for me. Hopefully their hand is too big that they can't actually stack and draw with that Magcargo. That has like proven to be very bad for me. And unfortunately, I've got like no snipe or anything. I've got no way to be able to take out this Glaceon. I just kind of had to hit it there. Maybe, okay, what I probably should have done is I probably just like should have Photon Geysered it for 100 and then just put one, a second energy here. Probably should have done that. I just was kind of tilted by the fact that I just like didn't have that last psychic energy in hand. That was really rough. So definitely a tough turn of events for myself. Now, if my opponent has Guzma, they can just, and they're putting the DCE down. That makes me think that they're going for the Guzma play and that they are going to GX this thing. If they GX that thing, then they go to 1 prize, but they leave themselves with a horrible board position of just 1 extremely damaged Glaceon GX. So maybe that's not what they're doing. I mean, I think, yeah, they're not doing that. They're getting themselves another EV. Okay, that makes sense. So let's see what we got here. I think, oh, thank goodness. Don't do it. 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 Not now. Not now. Now is not the time. Okay, so let's see here. I've got myself a situation. I need to take this thing out. That's fine. We're just going to go do this, and we're going to just get ourselves... Oh my gosh, that's right, Lele. Okay, all right. Do your thing, man. Doesn't work. Okay, how embarrassing. Photon Geyser, let's knock this thing out and see what we got here next turn. I forgot that Lele is just completely dysfunctional, so that's fine. You know what? You never know when you might just want that Lele to be on the bench. So that's actually kind of horrible because what I could have done is I could have waited for there to not be a Glaceon in the active position, and then I could have actually used my Lele, which now I have completely wasted. So I was just used to that. I was used to all my abilities working and just completely forgot that Wonder Tag was just gonna so that's fine. Live and learn. Don't be like me. Don't mess that up. So my opponent's gonna knock this out with a Oranguru, but then I can just knock their Oranguru out with my Dawn Wings, and unless they got, oh, they're gonna go for, yikes. Okay, yeah, that's really bad if they can get that knockout with the Oranguru. They don't really have anything else going on. If I return this Oranguru, which would just, I can't return the Oranguru, can I? That is just horribly, that's rough. Okay, so what I can do is I can GX. No, you're tilted right now, my guy, but you already GX attacked. And just hope that they don't have Guzma. So that is the thing. Let's just do this and hope they don't have it. We can't GX. Why? Why can't we GX? Sky Squad. All right, because I already GX'd. Yikes. Okay, So that's it. I think they pretty much have game here. I'm not knocking this thing out. I'm only doing 100 damage. Just super, super unfortunate. So you got this there, buddy. Yeah, that's bad. So I think had a couple things just went like really rough that game. He was able to really target down my Malamars early. I just completely brain farted like on that Lele play, which was unfortunate, but you know, hey, life happens. So live and learn, and don't try to play Lele underneath that Glaceon anymore. There's probably some routes I could have taken, but I'm not going to lie, I've just like never really practiced against a Glaceon deck, so I was kind of trying to think on my feet there about what to do. And it didn't exactly buff out, so tight game, but yeah, my opponent was able to really, really gun down my Malamars there early with the Frost Bullet. That's insane. Take multiple prize turns. They drew perfectly. They Cyrused, exactly what they wanted to do. I think I also misplayed on my Cyrus. I needed to leave one Inkay down and my Ultra Necrozma. I needed to leave that Ultra Necrozma down, but I was kind of tilted and it wasn't really thinking straight. So that's definitely what I had to do, and that's fine. We're learning here, and I won't make that mistake again. So duly noted. Definitely that deck was a deck to think about. That was wild, and it worked way better than I anticipated it to. So kudos to my opponent for a cool deck. Cool deck for sure. Now this is a pretty busted starting hand here. This is exactly the kind of starting hand that you want in a deck. So this is great. So we're going to go get ourselves a couple of Inkays here. We've got, let's see, one more Inkay. That's fine. And then I'll get myself a Dawn Wings. Just get all of these guys into the discard pile. That's what we want. Get myself a Dawn Wings. Very good. And then we're just going to Acro Bike and Cynthia. I probably, if I Acro Bike into an energy, would play the energy. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Got an Ultra of the Moon and a Guzma. I'll keep the Ultra of the Moon. That's fine. And actually think that, yeah, that's more or less fine. And then we're just going to Cynthia. I don't really, I'm kind of back and forth on Ultra of the Moon. Sometimes it seems really good. Sometimes it seems completely unnecessary. I'm not exactly sure where I stand on it. I'm still in the process of figuring that out. I think I like the Oranguru down. I could keep that space open in case I want a Lele, but I think I'm cool with the Oranguru down. And then I think I'll just keep that Mysterious Treasure in my hand, and I can use Mysterious Treasure. Probably I'll discard that Beast Ring since it's in my hand and I'm not going to play it anytime soon. And then just go for an early attack with this Ultra Necrozma here. I can Mysterious Treasure away the Beast Ring, attach the Psychic to my Dawn Wings if my opponent doesn't counter that Stadium. And then maybe if I can get a double Malamar here with a Choice Band, we can actually get to knocking out this Ho-Oh GX, which would be pretty sweet. So that is asking for a lot, but it's doable. The deck does have that option. It would be pretty sweet. I am just still floored by everything that Glaceon deck did. That was just extremely, extremely aggressive. I do think that aggressive decks can be very good against Malamar decks, especially Vikavolt Ray can be very good against Malamar too if it just tees off. My opponent did not. Maybe they prized all their Lele's, so they just scooped that one up very quick. Let's roll one more game with Malamar. All right, so game 3. We'll call this game 3, even though that was technically that's a win. We'll take it. We'll take that win there after my kind of rough loss. So we'll take that. And it looks like we are playing against Vikavolt Rayquaza. So this is a matchup that I really wanted to see. I really wanted to see how this kind of buffs out because these are two of what I consider to be better decks in format here, and definitely are kind of the cream of the crop, best of the best decks. So I wanted to see how they interact with one another. I haven't really played this matchup yet at all. I've theory crafted, I've thought about it. I just haven't really played it yet. So we're gonna start with our Duder here, Mr. Ultra Necrozma in the active position. And then, I've got kind of a dud hand unless I were to top deck. Yep, no. Okay, so we're just going to go and attach and Cynthia. And that's fine. No point in using Lillie there. I would only Lillie for a couple cards. And we're trying to get some guys into play. So that's very good. I think we're going to Mysterious Treasure first. Go get ourselves an Inkay. And then we're going to Acro Bike and see what else we can get off of that. We've got ourselves another Ultra Ball, and I've got a supporter in hand. So I think that I just play that. I think that, yes, we just take the Ultra Ball here. And then I'm going to play the Inkay down. And you know what? I can get other stadiums and choice bands. That's fine. And then I'm just going to get a second Inkay. I could have gotten an Oranguru and Instructed. That just seems super greedy, though. Want to get as many of these out turn one as I can, because you know that my opponent is going to be kind of stunting on me very quickly here. And they go for the mill. They milled their fan club, so hopefully they weren't planning on using that fan club. I don't think they already got the grubbing out. The fan club really is intended, and it looks like they're playing a list pretty close to mine here. They've got the fan club in there. They've got the escape ropes. So this could be choice bands. They've got a list that definitely is rocking some of the same things that my Vicaray list is rocking here. So cool stuff. They've got the Marshadow in here as well, so that could be the list that won the special event, which would be pretty cool as well. Both of our lists were pretty similar, and then this is a fantastic start for them. They just get the early Tempest. That's exactly what this deck wants. That's like perfect stuff. So I've got an Acro Bike here. Let's see what we get off of that. We've got a Malamar, perfect. I'm going to put that onto my bench, and gosh, we just see how aggressive this Vicaray deck is. I mean, I can't disrupt that at all. There's just no hope of disrupting that. It is just really good. So I need to figure something out here. I think I'm going to Acro Bike first and just kind of see what I get. Beast Ring, let's see. How many Beast Rings have I discarded so far? None? Okay. I think I want to take the Psychic Energy there. That's good. Let's see. Take that, because I haven't attached for turn yet, and I do have one Psychic Energy. I guess that could have gone either way. Let's then I can Mysterious Treasure away the Psychic Energy, go get myself a Dawn Wings and kind of Invasion and Retreat. I think that's what we do. I think we go get ourselves another Inkay and just leave this active. I might Hypnosis. Seems kind of good. I know, they're giving me the hello. I'm thinking. All right, I'm thinking. That's fine. Let's do that. Let's Mysterious Treasure, and let's get ourselves another Inkay. I want to do that. And I think that I'm going to... I think I'm going to Hypnosis. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's Psychic Recharge onto the... Yeah, let's just Psychic Recharge there. That's fine. And then he's kind of ready to knock out whoever next turn. Let's see if we can buy ourselves a turn here with Hypnosis. And we probably won't. Like, they're probably going to have, like, they woke up. That's fine. I feel like I just give it a shot anyway. Like, you never know. They're probably going to have Vikavolt and Guzma this turn and just, like, completely annihilate this guy, which we're just going to be completely stuck. If that's the case, that would be absolutely, yep, here we go. This is horrible. Vicaray is amazing. This is bad. This is really bad. Yep, this is rough. It's like, it's just a perfect deck. It sets itself up. It, discard draws 10 turn one. It's self-sufficient. You literally, like, don't need to play any supporters after the turn one. After the turn one Tempest, you just have like Guzmas and Volkners in your hand, and you just will like Volkner for, energy recycler, or you Guzma, whatever you want, man, you just knock it out. So my opponent is doing a turn one, a turn two, at least they're doing 210, 180. Looks like they're doing turn two, 210 if they attach an energy from hand, and then that's just it. Yeah, it's beautiful. That's just it. I mean, they could get Mysterious Treasure. They get another Rayquaza. They could be doing turn two, like 200 whatever. They got a Lele here, though. Maybe they're going to go for a Guzma. If they got an escape rope in their hand, which they very easily could have, then they could just, or a switch in the hand, then they could just switch and Guzma and just bring out this guy and just annihilate him. So that would be like a super feel bad play. Oh, they're going for the Guzma. Yeah, this is bad. This is really bad. So yikes, major yikes. Yep, here comes my guy. And then I guess if my opponent just has switch, yep, they got switch in hand. Oh, they don't even need it. They're just gonna attach and retreat. That's fine. Oh, goodness, yeah, Vicaray is too good. And then they could mill, and then they could just set this guy up with even more energy. So that's incredible. This deck is completely bonkers. And if you're not playing counters to Rayquaza, it's probably just going to run you over completely. So that's really aggressive. Like, that was my turn 1. I tried my hardest. I couldn't do anything else because my opponent just annihilated me. So we're going to try to respond and see how this goes. I think I need to place that down. I need to evolve this benched guy. And then we need to Cynthia and hope that I draw into a Dawn Wings and an Energy, which I didn't quite get. But I did get an Ultra Ball and a Metal. So maybe if my other Ultra Necrozma is in deck, which I don't think that it is, let's Lele first and see who is in deck. I guess, okay, I can actually do this, I think. Do I have, how many Psychics? 2 Psychics in the discard pile? I can't do this because I need this Psychic to come off of there. So I probably, I guess I shouldn't have, I need that Psychic Energy to come off of that guy there in order to retreat and then invasion. But that's just not how it goes. This stadium's horrible. Okay, let's see if that guy is actually in my deck. Do I have another Ultra Necrozma in here? I do. Okay, so my Ultra Necrozma is in deck. That's pretty good. Let's go get ourselves, I don't know, let's get ourselves a nice draw supporter. How about a Cynthia? That sounds fine. We're going to get that, and then we're going to Ultra Ball away the Guzma and the Inkay there, and we got to go get ourselves, yikes, this guy, okay, who is just like gonna get completely shredded next turn. I don't know why, like, it feels like there's no point in even playing. Let's just Psychic Recharge here. Yeah, let's get that guy there. And this like feels bad, honestly. At the stadium, I feel like I'd rather just play Switch. It just is such a feel bad stadium, like, all the time, because I can't like get this. That's just gonna be like stuck there forever now. So that's just like how that goes. Let's just let's retreat. We're gonna blow this guy up, and now I have an Energy like completely stuck on this Malamar forever. So that, yikes! All right, let's So we got the Ray down, but my opponent's got 3 Energy. Literally, all they have to do is manually attach. If they have a Choice Band in play, which they don't, but if they get a Choice Band, all they have to do is manually attach and then use this Strong Charge and then attach a Choice Band, and they're good to go. Or they can Rescue Stretcher. They don't even need the Choice Band. They can just bring this thing back into play, and they can mill, get that Energy. It's just completely nuts. So I guess they're playing the Energy Recycler, so that means that they probably, if they're gonna have no energy left in discard pile, then that means that maybe they aren't milling this turn, or they have an Energy in hand that they're going to discard with like a Mysterious Treasure or something. I don't really know. Or maybe they just got it like that. Maybe they just don't need it. Maybe they just got the Choice Band in hand. There it is. Yup. They just got it like that. It's just fine. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 8. They're only doing 18 actually, so they are short. There's the Rescue Stretcher. See, but they did this backwards. They needed to mill first. And then they needed an Energy Recycler because now they have no energy in the discard pile, I think. And, but they're probably just going to rip it anyway. No consequences. They'll probably fine. They're going to Volkner first. So what are they going to Volkner? Okay, they're going to Volkner. They're probably going to get a Mysterious Treasure. And then they're going to Mysterious Treasure. They got a Nest Ball. Okay, so this is looking like it is probably the list that won that special event. These guys, lists are all pretty close now. I noticed a lot of the lists are pretty similar to what my list was. So they're going to get, they got that energy out of there. They're fine. It's fine, we're just, we lose this one, guys. I don't think there's any way to do this. I need to GX him, like, right now. I, really got to GX him, but I still only have 2 Psychic Energy cards in the discard pile. So I super need to GX him now, and I need him to not have Guzma. I guess it's not like a total loss. It's just a major feel-bad scenario. So let's just promote this thing and see what we got. Okay, so we've got this dude. I guess we'll put him down in case I miss everything. And then we're going to Cynthia. And we're just going to hope that my opponent doesn't have, Guzma for game. So we did get some things here. I also have some completely useless Beast Rings because I cannot play those. So let's see. I think I keep the Rescue Stretcher. Oh, this is, bad. I might have just, lost myself the game here by not giving myself an out to put like a good Pokemon on the bench instead of this thing. That's fine. This thing actually can knock out a Lele or anything else. It just needs a Choice Band and a Beast Energy in order to do it, which is kind of asking a lot, but that's fine. All right, let's Ultra Ball. We're gonna go ahead and do it. We're gonna get these guys here, and then we're gonna get ourselves that man right there. Let's see. We do have Choice Band and Beast Energy in the deck, so you're saying there's a chance. Okay. And then we can Acro Bike. Let's see what we get off that Acro Bike. Tate and Liza, very good. Okay, I'll take that. And then, yes, we're going to put that guy down, and we're just going to hope that my opponent doesn't have Guzma. And we're going to GX this thing, and it's going to be great, and that's just that. But they do have escape ropes, but the regional winning list or the special event list, I was only playing one escape rope. I personally think that more escape ropes is better for situations just like this, where you want to get around this annoying fella. So, yeah, we're going to Moon's Eclipse GX. We're going to go down to 2 prizes, and that's just that. It's kind of tough. I think my opponent... Oh, yikes. I don't really think that there's much that I can do. I think I'm just in a bad spot. I mean, I can, like, maybe Sword of Dawn or Gulfstream for 20. Like, they probably just have Guzma in their hand, which you can tell by the fact that they're just promoting this Lele with, like, no cares in the world. So, yikes, my guys. This has been a rough go at it for Malamar. I mean, we are setting up okay. The list is fine. I don't think that there's really anything about the list that's too off. I mean, this guy's good. I don't think that the Oranguru maybe needs to be in here anymore. I think that kind of will get cut. They have Cynthia, so they don't have Guzma. So that's actually good for me. I could have won this game if I just didn't bench this guy. But I was very nervous, I guess. I was very nervous about... losing my, you know what I'm trying to say. I can win this. Like, if my opponent leaves anything active that is a GX, I can knock it out. I just need Choice Band Beast Energy, and I can Dark Flash for game. So that will win me the game if my opponent doesn't retreat into one of these Vikavolt here. I suspect that they should retreat into a Vikavolt, though, if they, know what's best for them. They definitely should do that. And we just got to hope that one of those... Oh, yikes. They are potentially giving me a shot here. So let's see what we can do. I think there's no point in Rescue Stretching. I think we're just going to Mysterious Treasure away this. And yeah, I think we're just going to go for Cynthia. We got to hit both of these. There's only 12 cards in my hand, though. So I don't think, Rescue Stretcher is not going to do me anything. They just got to Tate and Liza and hope we hit it. Shuffle, draw, see what we get. Do we get the Beast? And no, we just fat no, definite no. We didn't get either. Okay, that's fine. There's 9 cards left in deck. Okay, and then we got to hope that... All right, we just gotta hope that they can't do the thing. All right, so we're gonna psychic. Let's see. All right, well, how many psychics do I have in the discard pile? 1. Okay, so what? We can attack with this Malamar here. Sure. Okay, we're going in with the Malamar, and the reason we're going in with the Malamar is so that we just have Guzma for game on this Lele if my opponent doesn't have Guzma for game themselves. Okay, so there we go. And if my opponent doesn't have it, I have it. I guess that's about as good as I can feel about the matchup, considering that my opponent just wiped the floor with me early on and really teed off on me. They probably have Guzma. They only have a 12-card deck. Very thin at this point. They've been thinning the energy out like crazy. But they do only have a 3-card hand. So they do have a lot to think about here. And they haven't smacked it down immediately, so I'm thinking that maybe they don't. The fact that they're strong charging first is kind of showing me that they don't have it. And if we get to steal this game, I'm going to be feeling very good about that. That would be kind of nuts here. Let's see. They got an energy on the active. Maybe they're trying to retreat it. I don't know, but I have game if they don't. So what's the supporter? Do they have one? Oh, Lillie. Then I win. Oh, yes, we got there. This is craziness. Okay, that is great. We're going to get to Dark Flash that Lele for game. Oh, yeah. So really super close game with my opponent there. They just didn't have, I know, Heartbreaker, my dude. Heartbreaker. And then I'm going to promote this thing so that you just know I got it like that. Here we go. Busted. We've got the Choice Band. That's what we wanted last turn with the Beast Energy, but it's fine. There we go. Good game to you, sir. And we can Dark Flash for game there. Excellent stuff. So, super tight series there with my opponent. that was nuts. That was very, very close. And I think that, this is why that I'm saying that these are two of the best decks in format for sure. They just can go toe-to-toe with each other. I didn't feel good that game, though. I felt like I was definitely not in the driver's seat. My opponent was in the driver's seat that entire game, and they just whiffed the game-winning Guzma. I mean, they were doing everything that they needed to do throughout the game to kind of get set up, and then we were just able to kind of steal it there at the end. So, going to show off my Malamar list here real quick that I was playing. Obviously, that middle game against the Glaceon deck was just super rough, but, what can you do? That happens sometimes, and that was pretty cool stuff. But other than that, this list has been pretty consistent for me. The draw support is like relatively standard at this point. Lillie's very good in this deck. Getting a early Lillie is very good. Mysterious Treasure and Ultra Ball, very good as well. You kind of need those to get the Psychic Energy into the discard pile as much as you can. The Oranguru can probably go. Like, we can probably cut that thing. And other than that, like, pretty cool. We could play a fourth Guzma, though I think that, like, now that the Sycamore is not in format, you might not need it. You might not need the fourth Guzma since you can kind of conserve your resources better now than you ever could. But other than that, anyways, hope you guys like the list. Let me know, what do you guys think of Malamar Ultra Necrozma in the comments below. Thank you all for watching the video. Make sure to like the video, sub to the channel, ring that bell. Peace.